Welcome to the dumbest smart guy podcast on the planet. This is the Central Unintelligence Podcast.
Back again. What?
Using the mic.
Because, I don't know. I got to use it anyways for Slice of Dice, so.
Why?
Because we can only have two wireless ones, remember?
Right.
So I figured I might as well just do it and use it now. So, anyways, I'm Josh here today with good buddy Frank.
What's up?
For an update from the Central Unintelligence Podcast. And if you want to hear other podcasts that we have, you can go to GameRageMagazine.com and you can hear them all. You can also follow us on Instagram and TikTok at Game Rage Magazine, Twitter/X at Game Rage Mag, YouTube, Game Rage Magazine, and kiss emoji. You can follow Frank at anime_syndicate_podcast, and you should do yourself a favor and go check out the Anime Syndicate podcast because it's pretty damn good if you enjoy anime. All right, anyways, updates as to what's been happening. Nothing. Absolutely nothing.
God.
Oh wait, shit! I gotta turn this off. The whole two more weeks meme is in full effect now, with everything. Now, what has been funny is that Ukraine did invade Russia during that time. What?
Did you let her know that Ruben's coming?
Yeah, I told you Ruben was coming over, right? Okay, whoops, sorry about that. But anyways, yeah, absolutely nothing has been happening. With the exception of, the Ukraine invading Russia, which is pretty funny. I do think that they are intending upon trying to take that nuclear power plant in Kursk because they are pushing towards that rather quickly. I mean, I would say for the Russians, but for the Russians, alarmingly quickly, they're moving towards that thing. Also, in the Middle East, we still have Israel and Iran. Israel continues to bomb everyone. Iran has not made any major response. Hezbollah has kind of done a couple of things, but nothing like a major retaliation or response of what we're thinking. Mm-hmm. But it's just interesting how all of these things they were happening all at once, and then now they're not happening. Now they're just not happening at all. Now they're just waiting. I get it.
You think it was all posturing?
I think a lot of it could have been, but I do know that the Iranians called for I think it's the International International Cooperation or the Muslim Cooperation. I forget what the name of it is. It's like some kind of Muslim cooperation organization, and all the Middle Eastern countries are basically, and all Muslim countries are basically like a member of it. Mm-hmm. And they had called some emergency meeting about this shit going on. And essentially the whole point of them calling the meeting was to be like, hey, what are we going to do about these Jews, right? That's basically what the meeting was, which what's funny is the origin of the organization was made back in like the 70s with them going, we need to make this organization, and what are we going to do about these Jews? Mm-hmm. So now it has come basically full circle, and they're now back to square one with what are we going to do about the Jews? And there's support. We really don't know what happened at the meeting because it wasn't put out there, like what happened. So who knows? I mean, they could be waiting. I kind of personally think that Iran is waiting because they need to do what I had said like a week or so ago when we found out that they were getting shipments from Russia in terms of like equipment and hardware, which they were getting those Iskander missile systems. So when you get any new equipment,
which we just learned, which we know from Ukraine that they don't work.
Yeah, well, you got to be able to hit what you're fucking shooting at. So, but as with any new equipment system, you got to learn how to use it. Your guys have to be trained on it. Mm-hmm. They have to learn how to use it, and they have to do some drills with it. And so this week we did see airspace closures for what they were referring to as military exercises, and they were launching rockets and they were doing stuff like that. So to me, this was okay, we've done the training. Now we're doing the live fire field exercise tests. Okay, cool. Now, maybe in the coming weeks, they're going to do something. They're going to do whatever their retaliation strike is. I had originally thought, and this is the thing that really pisses me off about everything, is there's so fucking many people. Trump even, like, no one's been exempted from this in trying to say when this is going to happen. Everybody's made some prediction at some point. Oh, I think it's going to happen on this day. I think it's going to happen on this day. And those days come.
Nobody can know because I don't even think the Iranians know when.
Right. And honestly, let's be honest. That is the smartest move on their part, is to not make a decision when you're going to do something and do it at the last minute. Because one of the reasons why they say we're so difficult to fight is because no one knows what our next move is going to be, because our military doctrine is to just kind of just do whatever the hell you want.
We have a military doctrine, which is nobody.
We just don't follow it. So like, it's do whatever the hell you want. It's free for all.
It's like when they interrogated that ISIS leader or Taliban leader, and they asked him like, what's the most difficult part about fighting? Like they're asking about fighting, like how when it comes to fighting other forces. He says, oh, yeah, with the Brits, the French, all the other ones, go for the leader first. With the Americans, no, don't go for the leader first.
Yeah, because as we've said, I think before, that the leader's the only thing killing, like, the officer is the thing holding them back from committing war crimes.
Yeah.
Because if you get rid of that guy, there's really no one that's going to give a shit.
He's the only one that cares about the Geneva Conventions and the ROEs.
Yeah, true. So I think that's a smart idea on the Iranians' part, if that's really truly what they're doing, is to just... And also, they've basically put Israel into this constant state of fear. It's like they're being edged with... instead of just, the potential of busting a nut, it's like, oh, you're being edged that you're going to get punched in the face.
But at the same time, I doubt they're really scared, since we have they just updated Iron Dome, and we have our bunch of fucking destroyers out there ready to shoot shit down.
Well, now, and that's the thing. Where
the destroyers have been there since all this started.
But we sent a lot more, and now we sent a whole other battle group over there. And now, as you had said the other day, that about the F-22s are now in play. They are now in the Middle East.
We just don't know where.
Sure, we don't know where they're at, but we know they made it. We know they're there in the Middle East somewhere. Are they in Iraq? Are they in Qatar? Are they in fucking Saudi Arabia? Who the hell knows? Are they in Israel proper? Anybody's guess is as good as anyone's.
The only thing we know for sure is that they're not on the carriers.
Yeah, and the only thing that we know for sure is that they are fucking itching.
I mean, if you follow fucking habitual line crosser, the kid wants to eat.
Yeah, and I will say, I am a little I'm a little concerned, because I think they're just sent there. I think we've sent them there to be part of the response. If it is overwhelming, if it's something that kills civilians, a lot of civilians in Israel, if it damages a lot of infrastructure, I feel like F-22s are in play to respond.
Well, all our assets are there only to respond.
Well, we had like the F-15s and the ships and stuff. They were there to shoot down missiles and try to intercept, right? I don't think the F-22 doesn't have the loadout capability, right?
That's not its job. It can only hold 8 missiles. Right. Why would it do that?
The job of the F-22 is to clap back and to be undetected.
It's the one that's going to follow the chemtrail from the missiles to where it was fired from.
Right, and then just detonate that whole city. So
they're not nuclear capable, so.
Right, exactly. So they're going to drop whatever the largest amount of ordnance they can drop on something is.
I think right now is the Javelin.
The Javelin missile?
No, the cruise, sorry.
Oh, the cruise missile?
Yeah, it takes up the entire missile bay inside its belly. Same with the 35, so it can hold 2 of them in its belly. And then it always has 2 on a side for air-to-air.
Yeah.
So no matter what payload it's carrying, it's always going to have at least 2 missiles to defend itself. Right. And I think how many bullets it can carry is still classified. Because I know the F-15C, which is our main dogfighter. Yeah. Can carry about 1,000 rounds of 30 millimeter,
which is like 3-second bursts, basically.
No, it's a good amount actually. Like the F-14 only carries like 200-300.
Yeah.
And now it's like 1,000 is actually a lot. Like the A10 can only carry like 100 rounds. But those things are like that's not. Sorry, they were using the 20 millimeters. The A10 uses the 30 millimeter.
Yeah.
Which doesn't sound like it's a big difference, but it is.
It is a big ass difference.
But like I'm saying, like the F-22 is not there to be a counter. It's the only thing it's gonna counter is another fighter.
Right. Yeah. Or it's gonna be a bomber, for lack of a better term.
Which I honestly, because the majority of all the war games we play with the F-22, we never let it play to its true advantage.
Yeah.
Well, we have that doctrine where whenever we do war games with our allies, we handicap ourselves. And the F-22 always has, every time we use the F-22 in the war games, it has its drop tanks.
Right.
So it's not stealth anymore.
Yeah.
That's why, like the last war game we had, the Philippines were able to shoot it down with their Eurofighter and with their anti-air.
Yeah.
But it had its drop tanks, so you can't really say for sure that they could shoot it down.
Yeah.
But we do that because, one, it bolsters our allies. Two, it allows us to see how we can operate.
Yeah.
So, I forgot the point I was trying to make.
Well, I think it's trying to... Oh, go ahead.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was going to say, I think it's like, no one's going to know our actual capability until combat happens.
I don't think we even know.
I don't even think we know.
It's like that video I sent you.
Yeah.
Ever since we made the F-15, we've only been playing against ourselves.
Right, yeah.
Like the 16, yeah, it's the next generation. Well, I don't
even know if it's that, but...
I don't know if it's the next iteration.
Yeah.
Same with the 18, but... I mean... The 16 and the 18 aren't 1-4-0.
Yeah.
I mean, the 16 is our workhorse. It's the one that we most produce. It's the one that we sell the most.
Right.
And it is the most nimble one out there.
Yeah.
And I think the 15 is still our fastest actual produced fighter.
Yeah.
But the F-22 is slower than the F-15. And again, I'm saying that with air quotes because we don't know what it can... That's what they're telling us.
Right, yeah.
But how many did we send? 8 or 4?
I think we sent 8.
Right.
I think we sent 8, and one of them had to stay behind. So we got 7 over there.
Yeah, we have like 200 of them or something like that.
Yeah.
So we're not...
We didn't send a whole...
But I don't think that's going to be what's needed.
No, I think that's also, we're giving them the finger and saying, listen, we're just sending these there just in case, but we only need to send 7 of them.
Because the majority of the work is going to be done by the F-16, the F-18, and not the F-15, the F-16, the F-35s.
Yeah.
Honestly, the fact that we sell the F-35 tells me that we can afford to lose it. Mm-hmm. Since it's illegal to sell the F-22, there's still shit in it that we don't want
anybody to have.
Yeah.
We don't even want them to have... I mean, listen, we're giving them the tame version of the F-35, too. We're not giving them the full version we have.
Well, that's why every country that gets the F-35 renames it.
Yeah.
I forgot what Israel calls theirs, but I know Poland's calling it the flying. They're bringing back the flying hussars or whatever.
Yeah.
And obviously the Luftwaffe for the Germans.
Yeah.
There's something like they call them the Luftwaffe Pegasus or something like that. I don't know if we're selling them the F-35 Lightning too, though, because that's the newest version. That's our newest version, whatever.
Right. Yeah.
But my point is being like, we have these F-22s in play, but they're not there. They're not there for what everybody thinks they're there for.
Yeah.
Honestly, they're probably doing work right now, and we're never gonna know.
Right. Yeah.
Because if it's our most stealthiest aircraft we have, allegedly.
Yeah.
Something tells me that if we're deploying it, there's no one's gonna know.
Right.
Not even the enemy, because we're gonna make sure no one's left.
Yeah. Well, and no one will be able to be like, "Oh yeah, we saw it." Because if we go at night, you're not gonna see it. If we go, you're not gonna see it on radar. You're not gonna visually be able to see it.
I mean, what's Iran's? That's the thing I don't get either. Iran's paying all this money for all these new missile systems from Russia and stuff, but they're still using the F-4 and the F-14.
Well, yeah, because they can't get. I think that they know the American shit is better, than what the Russians currently are able to sell them.
What about the Chinese?
I think it's the same thing. I think they know it's better.
I honestly, do you honestly believe that the F4 or the F-14 can hold up against the Checkmate, the Felon, or the J-20?
I mean, this is the other thing. You got to take account the training time. You got to take into account because, like, they have to. If you get a new aircraft, you have to come up with a whole training regimen for it. You got to train all your guys on how this plane works.
All 5 of their pilots.
I mean, I'm sure. I think they have actually a pretty decent sized Air Force from what I remember looking at.
But the majority of their Air Force is helicopters.
Yeah, but they have a lot of fighter jets. I think Israel only has like a couple more than them in terms of like physical, actual number of fighter aircraft.
The majority of Israel's fleet
it's all F-35s.
No, it's 35s, Eurofighters, and actual legit fifth-gen fighters.
Theirs is a bunch of old shit.
Yeah.
But, I don't know. I don't know if that would be, maybe those systems are, I don't know, maybe they're better.
I don't think that the J-20, no, I'll give it to the J-20, but I don't think the Felon and the Checkmate are that much more integrated than the F4s are.
Yeah.
Especially if they stole the shit like we assume they did from the F-22 and the F-35.
Yeah.
I don't know if you ever seen the fucking cockpit of 35 and 22.
Yeah.
Everything's simplistic.
Right, yeah.
There's no like 800 buttons like in the F-15 anymore.
Right, yeah.
So I'm not saying, I don't think it's going to be a leap to train someone in the new generation fighter.
Well, to train your guys who are already pilots, they're probably older guys, right? They're probably like,
Well, we don't know.
Well, I mean, I guess we don't know. But
my thing is like, if you're going to spend this much, it doesn't matter. That doesn't matter, honestly, at the end of the day. You're not going to do much against Israel alone. What are the F-4s? Third generation?
I don't know what generation they are, but yeah, they're probably something like that.
I think the F-14 is fourth generation.
Okay.
Because the 15 and the 16 are fourth, I think. Because our current fighters, the F-22 and the F-35 are fifth gen fighters.
Okay.
And then whatever the fuck Skunk Works 2.0 is working on right now is
sixth gen.
Sixth gen, which they put a halt on because, as we discussed, they probably. Cause I think we're at the point where stealth fighters don't matter right now.
Yeah, it really doesn't anymore.
We're not against Russia and China, maybe.
Yeah, but
against, and I mean this with the most disrespect I can muster.
Yeah,
a country that still lives in mud huts.
Yeah,
and that's not a fight against its people. It's a fight about how shitty your fucking economy and government is.
A country that's primarily goat herders, we don't need to worry about fucking them seeing our aircraft on radar.
I mean, they are the ones that shot down the F-117.
Yeah, sure, but listen, everybody gets lucky, all right? Like, luck is...
Literally everything that had to go wrong went wrong in that situation.
And I'm sure that there's going to be an instance where that happens to an F-22, where everything goes wrong.
You shut your whore mouth.
I'm just saying, I'm sure that's a real thing. Fucking Murphy's Law.
You shutty.
I'm just saying.
Oh yeah, I forgot you support the Russians.
I don't support the fucking Russians. I'm just saying we got to be realistic here. It's unlikely. As unlikely as it is to happen.
Josh,
what?
This is America. We don't make sense. We make dollars.
True, and I'm saying it doesn't need to make sense. I'm just saying it's gonna fucking. We just need to be prepared for all possibilities. But, anyways, yeah, I don't know.
Oh yeah, by the way, fuck the Brits.
Yeah, fuck the Brits.
They get to see the F-22 land and fly for free. We have to pay fucking $50 to go to an air show to see them.
Yeah, that's fucking terrible. That's so depressing.
Well, I am. You have to wait till next year, huh?
Yeah, probably. I'm gonna have to. Well, they're doing another one in Salinas, which is like up north, central Northern California. So I think I'm thinking about. I mean, listen, we could just go on a trip and go up there. And then also they do it at San Francisco during Fleet Week, which that might be kind of cool to go to.
Yeah, but that one's like, that one would have the Blue Jays.
Yeah, the Blue Angels are going to be there too. So for that,
I want to go to that one in Huntington Beach this month because I want to see the Thunderbirds too.
Yeah, that one's in October. That's the next weekend.
Did you see that fucking shit? They were talking because the Thunderbirds and Blue Angels talk shit to each other all the time.
Yeah.
the Blue Angels posted up a picture of the pilots of the Thunderbirds, and they have the oxygen mask that the pilots are wearing.
Oh yeah,
they're making fun of them because they wear that, and the Blue Jays the Blue Angels don't. And so the Blue Angels were making fun of them. Says, "Hey Air Force, what's up with these? What's up with you guys having to wear oxygen mask?" And then there was I forgot what it was. It's like a Air Force colonel or something. Well, yeah, of course the Navy wants. Of course, the Navy doesn't want anything to get in the way of sucking dick.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. But anyway, 2 more weeks, Boomer. Or 2 more weeks, Doomer. That's what it's come down to. And again, like I was saying earlier, too, everyone's tried to predict what's going to happen. And everyone's been wrong, obviously, because nothing has happened. I mean, I think something's going to happen. I don't think Iran can fucking get away with not doing anything.
They have to retaliate.
They have to do something. Now, whether it's going to be significant or not is another story, but I don't think that they can get away with doing nothing. So right. I think they're going to do something. Who the fuck knows when? And I guess we'll just be here chilling, waiting for it to fucking happen, I guess. So, anyways, wait, what else do we have to talk about on this? Anything?
I don't know. You're the one that made up this list.
I don't fucking know. I don't remember.
Let me see what your notes say. Son of a bitch.
I'm a son of a bitch. See you.
What's today?
Today is the day that you are a bastard.
You just put probably updates.
Probably updates. That's all I put for CUP. All right, whatever. Well, that's the updates now. Nothing.
All right.
So, anyways, all right, that'll be it for us. Go to GameRageMagazine.com. You got anything else to add or anything else to say? Go America.
I was about to say USA #1.
USA #1. Everyone else dead.
Honestly, USA #1. Everyone else is competing for third because honestly, at this point, only aliens can take second place.
That's true. That's a good point. Anyways, go to GameRageMagazine.com. You can hear all our other podcasts. You can go to Instagram and TikTok at Game Rage Magazine, Twitter/X at Game Rage Mag, YouTube Game Rage Magazine. If you want to follow Frank, you can follow Frank at anime_syndicate_podcast, and you can go and do yourself a favor and listen to the Anime Syndicate podcast. That'll do it for us. We'll catch you on the next one. That was the latest episode of the Central Unintelligence Podcast. Don't forget, subscribe and like on Instagram and TikTok at Game Rage Magazine. We're also on Twitter/X at Game Rage Mag. Also our website, www.GameRageMagazine.com.